How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich and I'm the owner-driver for CFRacing. And welcome to our post-race video for our third race of the 2023 season, which we ran out at Capital City Speedway. We were racing both clone medium and clone heavy. But before we start getting into the details about what all went on in the weekend, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors, Kristin Murphy with Mission Realty, which is brokered by EXP. She's a real estate agent that helped us find our place when we just moved up here back last spring. She was a great help with us finding our home here. If anybody's needing any help with their real estate needs, with either buying or selling a home, reach out to her. She was a big help for us. I know she'd be a big help for any of you guys watching this. I'll put the link to her website in the description below, as well as her email address. I also want to thank Tibby Gyms for their continued support. Tibby Gyms is an online sales website. They make cheap gemstones sell cheap gemstones and settings for people who want to do it yourself projects at home. So it just kind of help people kind of create some of their own custom work at home and save some money in the process. I also want to thank my wife Blue. She was a big help out at the track. It was our first time racing there, so we had a lot of work we had to do, trying to figure out what to do with tires, trying to get the right gear ratios, and we pretty much worked from the time that we got there to the time that we left. Barely had time to stop and eat dinner, but we did get a little bit in. And she was also starting to notice some things, kind of picking up some things about our cart that may be different than others. Some useful information. So definitely want to thank Blue for her help out at the track. I also want to thank one of the guys, Tim. His name is Tim. I don't know his last name, but he works with the Cameron Wood in his outfit. Last spring I went and helped that group just a couple weekends, just to kind of go up there and help out, see what goes on at this track. And he basically came over, checked my cart, and looked at my tires and started giving me tips, watched how I was doing out on the track, and came back, gave me some other tips. And I've said before, I'm not a crew chief, I'm not a tire guy. As I said at the beginning of the videos, I'm an owner, and I'm a driver. At the racetrack, the owner's job is to make sure that the bills get paid, and that's pretty much their only job. They shouldn't have anything going on with race operations. That's basically the crew chief's job. The driver's job is to get out on the track and give 100%. And give feedback to the crew chief of what adjustments can be made. So his suggestions weren't what we had planned, but the way I looked at it is when I came off the track, I took my driver hat off, put the crew member hat on, and just went and did what he said to do. And I'm going to say that it was a big help. So thanks for Tim. Again, he's a member of the Cameron Wood group, and really appreciate all their help. Getting me up to speed at the track. It's definitely made a big difference. So let's go ahead and start talking about what went on at the track. So practice. The first, we went out on the open practice, and for a while there, I think we were the only go-kart out on the track, which then got some other people's attentions. One guy was watching me take lap times, and he didn't know Malou was my wife. She's standing next to him, and he commented to her how we were showing some good lap times. So first time being out on the track, that's encouraging. But the go-kart, still just learning what to do on the track. But the second round of practice definitely was an improvement for the heat races. So normally we do qualifying. This time it was heat races. When you go and register, you draw a number out of a hat. So it's kind of random where you start. I said, first time being at the track and how we ran at Albemarle, I'll just start the heat races last. So both heat races, there are only 6 carts, so I started both of them 6 out of 6. I'll say that when I set the cart down for clone medium, one of the other guys came over and really was looking out at the go-kart, kind of seeing what we had. First time we've had anybody kind of really come over or pay any attention to us. So that told me that yes, we were getting some attention while we were in practice and showing that maybe, hey, we can be competitive. So he came over, looked at the go-kart, really gave a look over and asked me a few questions. So So that was pretty cool. So for Clone Medium, went out there and basically we started 6th and finished 6th, but overall the rest of the field, they really weren't pulling away from us very much. I was kind of just hanging with them, just wasn't able to gain on them. For Clone Heavy, pretty much same thing. We started 6th. One guy was a little bit slower. We were able to get by him and ended up finishing 5th out of 6. But again, still keeping pace with everybody ahead of us. So then going in the races, so we were able to start both races, 5th out of 6th place. So for Clone Medium, Clone Medium, we started 6th out of 6. And again, we were pretty much running right there, keep them first and second. They took off. They were going. And I was 3rd and 4th. They pulled away, and I was keeping pace with 5th place. But then after about 10 laps, I noticed we were really starting to close in on 3rd and 4th place. And that was pretty cool to see, like actually catching on up to other people. Then they got the battle on the last lap, and one of them, I didn't really see what happened. I was paying attention where I was turning, and one of them went up the track, and we were able to get by him and ended up finishing Clone Medium in 5th place. So in Clone Heavy, again, we did start that race in 5th place, and once that took off, the guy who's behind us, we left him, and the first 5 laps I was keeping pace, and then all of a sudden they just started taking off, and the go-kart started getting tighter and tighter and tighter. With about 5 laps to go, the guy in last place, he caught me, hit me on the back bumper. Now I know he's there. I was doing everything I could do to get the go-kart to turn. It was just getting really tight. I was getting really worn out, and doing everything I could do to get the go-kart to turn and keep that guy behind me. He did get past me with 2 laps to go, but another kart had pulled off earlier in the race, so that gave us a finish 5th out of 6. Came off the track and heard something rattling, and one of the bolts from the back bumper had come out. So the back bumper came loose, allowed the kart to flex a little bit more, and I think that overheated the tires and caused the kart to start getting really tight. Man, I wish that didn't happen. We would have at least picked up one more spot and finished 4th. But who knows? Maybe the way we were catching them in Clone Medium, maybe we could have done the same thing in Clone Heavy. But overall, we met our goals. We finished every race. I didn't spin out at all. It was not an embarrassing day. It was not. It was a big night and day difference for how we ran at Albemarle. And I think this time we were able to show to the people who were there that we kind of know what we're doing a little bit. So yeah, just overall hard-working day. Did have a lot of fun, learned some things, and we'll probably go with the same tire strategy that Tim suggested us for the next time we go out there. Hopefully improve a little bit. No races coming up this weekend. The following weekend we may go out to Capital City again. I know they got a big money race for Clone Medium. I'm kind of want to go and run in a race with more carts other than 6. We've done it before. No reason to not do it again. We'll kind of see if it's going to be one where it's going to start real early and have massive crowds of people. We may go back to Albemarle again. So we'll have to wait and see what we say in the pre-race video here in a couple weeks. So no races this weekend, so we should be back September 30th. So yeah, talk about the practice heat races, heat races and the main races. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but maybe I'll pick it up in the next video. So again, I want to thank our sponsors, Kristin Murphy, Mission Realty, Broker by XP, and Tubi Gyms. And again, thank Malou for her help at the track and for filming this video. We'll keep working on this go-kart and get it ready for 2 weeks, and we'll see you guys then. Till then, take it easy.